my AKA Padders? It's time for some advice. The worst comic book creation advice that I ever gave to myself. Let's go. What is up, my AKA Padders? Are you guys ready for another wonderful video? Peter A. DeLuca here, AKA Pad 69, and stay with me, known through Philadelphia, PA, Europe, and the multiverse as the Eclectic One. Welcome to another channel. And this video, I wrote this down before my most recent European vacation, as I wanted to drop this idea to you guys as an inventory episode. But now it's Saturday, it's beautiful out there. I gotta get out there, by the way. I gotta do some things. I get to just bring it to you, so let's go. This is related to there's another video that was pretty much about focusing on comics and don't make your own action figures when you're trying to create your own comics. Now, as a baseline, in the early 2000s, me, your boy here, Diamond Previews, independent comic book career, later saw the glass ceiling, got out, went to corporate America, through website design, became an IT consultant, and now I'm just basically, like an IT contract holder. And if you pay a parking ticket in Philadelphia, PA, you're working through our systems. Just keep in mind, too, I'm also like third party. So anyway, guys, creating comics. This is the worst advice that I ever gave myself. I regret convincing other people this was good advice. And looking back, it's nothing but lazy, and it nothing that takes me off the hook. It makes me non-committal to my own book. Here we go, right? You create a comic book. You say, I got a great 2 issues. I got a great 3 issues. How about if I do this? Let's create issues 1 through 4. We call it something, like Dead Reckoning. Title of your book, Dead Reckoning, or Rise of whatever. And then you say, I want to see how that goes. And then we're going to take a little break. We're going to adjust. We're going to maybe figure some new things out. And then we're going to do another miniseries. And then another miniseries. And we're going to stack these miniseries. And what do you do along the way? See, the long lie, the long conversation that's lost within comic book readership, the fans, okay, is continuity, numbering. It's hard to track down like Evil Ernie for Dynamite. We all know how that relates to the Evil Ernie in Chaos, and the same goes with Brian Pulido with his crowdfunding Lady Death books. Bill Tucci and She, same exact issue. If you buy something now, how does it relate to this? The easiest way to get rid of this problem is to adhere to numbering. I just watched this Dave Stevens documentary, and they mentioned some of that in The Rocketeer, and I guess I wasn't fully aware how much The Rocketeer jumped different publishers. I thought it was like First Comics maybe, and then like Dark Horse. So there was like a couple in between there. But imagine this. Just imagine you start with number 1. And then 10 years from now, someone buys issue 45. And guess what? All the questions are answered. And this comes from a time where you thought the examples were true. So my thought process back in the day was, Marvel did it with the Wolverine miniseries and went into Wolverine Monthly, and they did it with Punisher. And let's just say, maybe if the 4-issue Nightcrawler miniseries of the 80s, or the Fire Starter, or the Firestar one, or Iceman, or DC Cyborg 4-issue miniseries, maybe they were intended to be popular and pop, or they were market tested and weren't quite there and never got a monthly. And then you're saying, look, this is a practice that's used by the big 2, so why can't I adopt it? And then we look at the success of Evil Ernie. the confusion with Evil Ernie is the precept for that is if Chaos Comics never fails, and when it fails and it jumps publishers and it goes all over the place, it's madness, and it takes the collectability, it takes the continuity, and it just takes the fun of filling in numbered blanks. And like, you don't trigger the reader in collectors, and you don't trigger the collector in the reader. Okay, you have to get into that satisfaction, that dopamine satisfaction of completing a run, and you don't do this if you're obsessed with if you think just doing a mini series, like, and then wait a little bit and do another mini series and have cool subtitles for them. People, it confuses everything. And I will even say this: if you're a self-publisher and you're publishing your own line, and let's just say you're doing like nothing but one-shots, find a way to link like the banner. You need to create it as an imprint so people can identify it. And I see so many other creators just doing one-shots and not really umbrella-ing everything, and it just becomes it becomes annoying, and these people aren't good at having all of their information on the web in the first place. This is another reason why you would just straight up number everything, because you do eliminate some of the admin part on your end, and you make things more traceable, you make them more accessible, you make them more understandable. So just consider that. I was wrong. I thought the path was multiple miniseries until an idea hits and goes right to the moon. People, it's not. It's bad advice. Continuity, strict numbering, stick to it. And even if a year goes by between numbers, who the hell cares? Just keep that one issue in print and find other ways to get your previous issues out in front of people's eyeballs while you work on the next issue. Also, like, side note here, as an independent, nothing you ever made should ever go out of print. Like, things are so cheap right now. We do have even digital options. It's insane that people are cataloging their own books for whatever reason, because I guess they think it's going to sell as a trade. People want to collect, people want to read, period, and they want a level of numbering, and this is the why comic book collecting and reading is just so much effing fun. I, looking back, betrayed that notion, betrayed that instinct, and because of it, I became a goddamn failure. So don't do that. Don't become a failure. Peter A. DeLuca here, guys. I love you. Rock and roll.